The 21st of May made the 31st Prime Minister. Now unmistakably ascendant.
I know at the beginning of the campaign they said people didn't know me, but I reckon they've got it.
And impatient to get started.
No matter how you voted today, the government I lead will respect every one of you every day. And tomorrow, together, we begin the work of building a better future.
His path towards power was at first more slogging than sweeping.
I was confident, but not complacent about a result.
Through a night of counting that confounded and confused.
Everybody's saying it tonight. The vote is fracturing all over the place.
Seats tumbled across the board, not in ways predicted, more patchwork than pendulum. Greens went up with at least 3 seats in sight.
It was a green slide.
Their gains were at Labor and Liberal expense. The ALP's highest profile casualty fell to an independent while trying to make the switch from Senate to House. But wins eked out in New South Wales, Victoria and South Australia, and a swathe cut through the West.
And it's 10.2% swing in Western Australia, and that is the standout result.
Pushed its tally and confidence ever upwards, even if its national vote was down.
And a win is a win is a win. And
that is true.
On 31.7%
backwards in every state except for WA.
Less than a third of Australians have voted for you.
Liberals lamented a blue tide that ran out.
I still believe in miracles.
Its deepest problem now, a massive loss of faith.
I've always been prepared to accept their verdicts, and tonight they have delivered their verdict.
The verdicts against Liberals were final, the sentences brutal.
Maybe after tonight I get a bit more time to try and be the most extraordinary dad.
Josh Frydenberg's career is for now over. The hopes of mentors for a future Prime Ministership dashed.
I salute Josh Frydenberg, who is very much on my mind and in my heart at the moment. I hope, that there may be a miracle that will keep him in Parliament.
In just one night, a torrent of teal-clad women washed the bluest of blue ribbon seats away.
Our government wasn't listening to us, so we've changed the government.
5 on the East Coast, perhaps a 6th in Perth.
We do know we will no longer be taken for granted.
Their movement for climate change, integrity and equality shook the foundations at the core of the so-called Liberal broad church.
Safe Liberal seat, 2-term incumbent, independent.
They'll lead Parliament's incoming class of 2022, featuring around 15 new women members. This election's exposed the brittle fault line beneath the two-party system and the power of voters looking for alternatives. The crossbench will be occupied as never before. Space will be needed for at least 15 representatives. And even if they don't vote as a bloc, they'll still be a potent reminder each and every sitting day of the 47th Parliament that the major parties ignore disillusioned voters at their peril. Greg Jennett, ABC News, Canberra.
Anthony Albanese will be sworn in tomorrow as Australia's 31st Prime Minister. He's vowed to bring the country together as Labor returns to power for the first time in almost a decade. The latest counting shows it could reach a majority in Parliament. Currently, Labor has 72 of the 76 seats required. Otherwise, it'll rely on the support of the crossbench. That could be as large as 16, including up to 7 so-called teal candidates. Anthony Albanese claimed victory shortly after 11 p.m, when it became clear that only the ALP would be able to form government. Scott Morrison says he will step down as Liberal leader and shed a tear today as he appeared at church. It leaves the Liberals weighing up their future after their moderate wing was decimated.